Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode with your girl, Audrey Codner from ACG Math Tutoring. So, if you're thinking about getting your GED, your ASVAB, your ACCUPLACER, your TEAS test, any of those assessments, maybe even SAT and ACT, any type of assessment that is coming up for you and you need to study, this is the live for you. Okay, if you are just trying to get yourself ready because school's right around the corner, which is probably next week for some, and some people just finished their first week. I know, can't believe it's already August. This is the live for you. If math has always been something that you were definitely afraid of, this is the live for you. Because my name is Audrey Codner, and what I like to do is to break down math concepts so that anyone, regardless of how old, how young, and in between you are, you can do math. Yes, there may be some math concepts that you may not use every day, but they have an app for it, and you are definitely using parts of it. So you might as well know what's going on and how it's working in order for you to keep on using it. So as you come on in, go ahead and click away. Right now we got 6 people. Let's get it going. Let's get it up. So as soon as we hit that 1K, I get started with today's lesson. So as you can probably see, today's lesson, we're going to be looking at evaluating expressions and functions. So this was made as a suggestion for last night's event. I asked for it, so I go ahead and prepared for it. Okay, so as soon as we hit our 1K, then I can get started with all our stuff. And I know it's a Friday night, and everyone's like, why are you doing math on a Friday night? You're so crazy. Well, this is the only time I have to do it. So let me be crazy. All right. So go on in, go ahead and tap, and let's get it going. Hello, sweetie pie. Thank you so much for your answer. Hello, everyone. Big Mig. All right, Big Mig. Wild. I know, all kinds of crazy. We're just breaking all kinds of rules right here. Being rebellious, doing math after I'm on the East Coast, so it's after 7 p.m. on a Friday night. Yeah, there we go. So if you are a homeschool parent and you're like, ooh, Audrey, I missed you this afternoon. Guess what? I did not have my session this afternoon. I actually had a client, so that's why we're here at 7 p.m. I always say I'm going to get on unless I am really, really down in the bottom like I was a couple of nights ago. But as you guys are coming in, go ahead and tap away. Remember, I'm going to get ourselves started at 1K. So right now we're at 266, root 266. So go ahead, do a mad tap. It's nice. It's free. It's all happening. Hello, Janice. How are you? So if you know anyone, go ahead, share the live. Follow me if you want to. Hey, you never know. You might need my services as the school year is in full swing. I know you're probably like, I don't want to think about it. And that's okay, because it's supposed to be like that. We all don't really like the first day of school. The first week of school is usually the hardest, because now you got to get back into some kind of crazy routine, which was crazy and nuts in the first place. So now you're going to have to adjust. You got different teachers. You might be going to different schools, or you might just say, you know what? I am the teacher and I'm not ready. And that's probably understandable as well. So let's get it going. All the help. You got your scores today. You passed the math exam. Woo-hoo! All right, Lupita. Andale. I love it. Love it. Let's celebrate her, guys. Let's see it. All these congratulations. Guys, that's all you need to do. Most of the time, I'm just here yammering on about math. But you guys are really taking it and you're applying it. And people are passing left and right. Okay. Met a 31. Okay. All right, so we got Natasha, we got this, we got David. Thank you so much for putting your answers in. I greatly appreciate it. I'm still going to break it down for those that are coming in later, but we're less than halfway our goal. Let's go. Or a little bit more than halfway our goal. Yeah, who's doing math, right? Now, for a second there, I thought it was a 4. Here we go. All right, so good. Thank you so much for the answers that we got. If anything, go ahead and share. Go ahead and tap. There's like 176 of us, 73. Oh, I'm diminishing. I'm losing people. I know, because you're so used to like, let's just get it done right now. Instant gratification. Nope. All right. Okay, so we're going to go into these. I just want to do a little bit of introduction with evaluating expressions and then go into the functions piece. Okay, gonna get you nice and easy. Can't just go right to the rip. You gotta romanticize it a little bit. Okay, almost there. 9 away. There we go. All right, so let's zoom in. So the way you do your evaluating expressions, you need to simply plug it in. That's all you're doing. Okay, they will tell you what you need to plug into. Let me see if I can look. There we go. Okay, they will tell you what you need to substitute for. So say for the first one, we have c squared divided by d. They're telling me c is equal to 6. D is equal to 3. So all we're doing is replacing. The C is coming out, the 6 is going in. The D is coming out, the 3 is going in. Now, do not, this is why I have to yell at you. Do not divide the 6. I have to yell at you. Do not divide the 6 and the 3. Remember, you have to deal with PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally from left to right, darlings. Okay? We don't have any parentheses, so we don't have to worry about that. But we have to take care of the exponent before we start dealing with the 3's. Even though you may be able to get the same answer, but you have to remember there are certain ways. You can't keep walking out the house with your underwear outside your clothes. Stop it. Okay? This is Madonna. Madonna is dead. No, she's not dead. She's like not doing it anymore. Okay? So 6 squared, we got 36. Now, 36 divided by 3. Okay? Do we see it now? Because I did see a couple answers and somebody's actually putting a 4 in there. So that's why we're going to have our 12. Yes. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for the people that said it earlier. All right. There we go. I am. There it is. BC. Awesome. And there were some other people that said 12 earlier. David, I think it was. Yes. David is there. He said that as well. I think that was it. Okay. Now, shifting. All right, going over for my other green one. So again, they're giving us the expression xy minus 5. I can't believe I have to say this, but if in between the x and the y you don't see a plus or a minus sign, that's multiplication, not division. Okay, so that's multiplication. So all we're doing is substituting a 5 for the x and a 2 for the y. So it's not going to be 52. No, it's x times y. So it's 5 times 2. Then we bring the minus 5 to the party. Okay? All right, so it's not 52, it's 5 times 2. And 5 times 2, that gives us our lovely 10. And then we bring down our minus 5. So 10 minus 5 will give us our answer of 5. Okay. How are we doing? Good job, DC. I know. All right, Jessica, good job. All right, thank you. Okay. So these are the little things that we have to pay attention, especially when you're evaluating. When they're saying evaluating, you're doing a substitution and then you're simplifying. But you are not, and I repeat, are not forgetting about PEMDAS. Okay? Maybe you're from international country, maybe from Canada, they have like a different way of saying it. Let me see if I can find it because I keep forgetting. All right, so instead of PEMDAS, they have this. Okay, still with the brackets instead of parentheses. The other order, so they're talking about their exponents. Then they do division, multiplication, then addition, subtraction. Okay, kind of similar. As soon as I can shrink it a little bit. Kind of similar to what we have. Okay, but no matter what, okay, yes, they look at division before multiplication. Whatever happens first, but then they have addition and subtraction. Okay, so regardless if you're in the U.S. or if you're my international peeps that's working on their, what is it, GSEs, GSCs, I forgot what they have in England. Then there was another person last night that was coming from the Caribbean. You still have to put things in order. Okay, do not let these TikTok videos fool you. When you're making pasta, boil your water. Make your pasta the proper way. Don't put raw noodles in a dish, pour the sauce over, then you got the cheese, and then you're going to bake it. And that's why I don't eat at people's house. I just can't. I don't know what y'all be doing. All right? All of a sudden, you got olives and peanut butter. What are you doing? Just stop it. Okay? Just stop it. All right? So with that, we're going to go from those type of expressions. Now we have these. Okay? Now we have these. So go ahead, keep chitting and chatting, keep tipping and tapping, because you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm close to a 10, but I think I'm right close to an 8 for tonight. So, same situation. Let me enlarge. That's what she said. So we got 10 times 4 plus 3x, where x is equal to -3. So that's telling me wherever I see an x, I'm going to substitute a -3. So I have my 10, my parenthesis, 4 plus 3. Instead of that x, we're going to put a -3. All right? So, again, PEMDAS. What should I be tackling first? Okay? I'm trying. This is awesome, Amy. I love it. What should I be tackling first? Can this help you with your... Yes. Anything that has to deal with math, adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, it's going to help you. And I know someone's going to ask me, what grade math is this? The grade that you need, baby. So let's go. All right? So we need to... Yes, I'm so glad we're doing this. Yes, math after dark. 3 times -3. Thank you, Janice. Okay, we need to do the parentheses, but which one? So inside the parentheses, we're not doing the 4 plus 3. Okay, we're not doing that. Okay, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Okay, so we're doing inside the parentheses. We don't have any exponents inside that parentheses, but we do have multiplication. We need to tackle this first. Okay, we need to tackle that first. Anytime you see addition, take a look around to see if there's something else. We did 3 times x, so that means this 3x, after I do my lovely little substitution, I should be tackling that first. So that's going to give me my 10 on the outside, my parenthesis, my 4 plus -9. Or if you want to just write -9, you can do that as well. All right? Good. Because earlier, a lot of people were telling me 50s. A lot of people were telling me 40s. Some people were telling me other things earlier. Okay? So now, we're still inside the parenthesis. Okay? You're like one of those guests that always comes around and you're just like, girl, the party ended like 2 hours ago. Get out. But they're still there talking about, girl, let's play a little card game. Card game? It's 4 a.m. Get out. All right. So now we have 10 times 4 plus -9. So 4 plus -9, that will give me my -5. All right. If I have $4 and I want to buy something that's $9, I'm short $5. Okay, if you want to think of it that way. If you want to think like you owe me $9, you paid me $4, you still owe me $5. So whatever it is, you still owe me. Get ready to cough it up. Now, we're going to multiply again. Positive 10 times negative 5. A positive times a negative gives me a negative. When the signs are opposite with multiplication and division, your answer will always be negative. And then 10 times 5, that gives me 50, not 15. But you know what? On the test, I'm going to tell you straight up that negative 15 will be one of the options. Oh, yes, it will. But you have to understand and be solid with your answers in order to figure out that this is what I need to do. All right? Against humanity? Why do I hear the evil laugh at the end, Phil? That's so funny. Oh, some comments were filtered. What y'all nasty people saying? It's not even dark out. Bunch of freaks. I love y'all too. Okay, so one more and then we're going to do a mad tap. All right, so we should be tapping while I'm doing this because I know some of you guys are not like, ooh, let me do this. Oh, I was like, hey, boo-boo, how you doing? All right, so we have 3BC minus D squared. Okay, that sounds like someone's name. Watch, someone's going to name their child this. It's going to happen. As a teacher, I was waiting for that day, and I actually had a LaDasha in my classroom. No lie. Hate parents. Anyway, so we have 3 times BC. If you don't see a plus or a minus in between the B and the C, we're multiplying. But then this is what we're substituting. We're substituting a -1 for the B, a 5 for the C, and a -6 for the D. All right. So we have our 3. We're going to put our parentheses to represent multiplication, minus. We have another parenthesis, and we're representing the square. So all we're doing, plug in the -1 for the B, 5 for the C, and -6 for the D. All right. Okay. I have my FD is saying -540. Well, let's see. Setting them up for hard times finding a job. Woo! You have no idea. That's why some people always go by their middle name. It'll be like the Dasha. What is it? Well, I don't want to call her personal name, but it was like a relative, like Felicia, LaDasha Felice, or something like that. Something like that. Okay? So that's why a lot of people go by their middle name. Because they're like, oh, I cannot for the first name. So, order of operation. We're hitting the exponent. So we have -6 squared. -6 times -6, that gives me a positive 36. But there is this lovely little minus sign that's right there, right? And then, let's kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I know I hate that phrase, but it works. So 3 times -1 times 5, that will give me a -15. Okay, because we got to deal with the multiplication. So now, there we go. Yeah, not 540. We did change that answer. Awesome. So, negative and a negative. This minus sign is acting as a negative. So they're both the same sign. If they're both the same sign, you're adding. Trust me. I love when people say, are you sure? Yeah. I spent a lot of time and energy to be a math teacher. I'm sure. Okay, so we're going to keep that negative and we're going to add these together. So 6 and 5, that gives me my 11. So I'll put the 1 down, carry the 1. 3 plus 1 is 4, plus the 1 we carried over will give me my 5. So we have a -51. Okay, so teachers, be ready. Because trust me, there's going to be a lot. Let me see if I can do something with this glare as the sun's going down. But make sure, Jasmine, it is a -51. Both the signs are negative. Okay, a little bit better. All right. Okay. The glare looks nice. I know, kind of give you a little bit of a 70s flair. Like a little bit of notion. Just makes you know that you're still alive. Good job. Yeah, we did touch those, Eli. What's 3 times -1? -3. What's -3 times 5? -15. That's where the -15 came from. Okay. All right, good job, chocolate honey. Okay. Okay, she putting her business all kinds out there. Go ahead, girl. Get what you gotta get. All right. Nice. All right. So, go ahead. Let's see. There's 221 of you guys. Do not 208. Really? Bring your butts back here. Acting like you got something to do. You ain't got nothing to do. I'm doing laundry as we speak. Notice, oh wait. Yeah, because I had to wait until close to 7 o'clock. Because, you know, it's cheaper after 7. All right, so we're going to be setting up, if anything, let's see if we can get a mad tap. Let's get it to about like around 7K. All right, let's get it to 7K. Let's get it. Let's go. I'm not asking for too much. It really should not. Hey, Amber, how are you? Okay. So, as you guys are talking about this, or as you guys are tapping, like, it's free, guys. Tap. It's not hard. If anything, for those that are getting themselves ready for, maybe they're starting their classes for college algebra, sorry. Or maybe you're thinking about getting your GED and you're just like, oh, classes are going to be starting and I'm a little nervous. Or you're trying to raise your score on your ASVAB and you just don't understand the algebra component of it. Not a problem. You can hire me as your tutor, okay? Most of my morning slots are still available. My afternoon slots are going to start going through the roof, but I also work 7 days a week. So if you are thinking about need some assistance, you can come and reach out to me. And how you can reach out is come here. Go ahead, screenshot it. We're going to take it down in about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, also I have some courses for sale, and also I have my tutoring, and I have my books. I can't wait for my new book to come out. It should be here. If not tonight, it should be here tomorrow. So sometime this weekend, I'm going to show you the new and improved Ultimate Math Notebook, which that's where I'm doing all of my notes from. Okay, so all of these notes that are right here, everything that I do, I actually have them all recorded. Okay, and it's not just a notebook, it is a whole entire system, because in the very back, we have factor sheets, factors from 1 to 200. And this book is designed for 7th graders to adults. Also, we got the rules of integers, just like I was talking about, the order of operations, the properties of quadrilaterals, the area of the sectors, volume and surface area, the unit circle for my advanced pre-calculus kids, and also for the Pythagorean theorem and the SOHCAHTOA for trigonometry. So all that is in here and more. Thank you so much for tapping. I appreciate that. Do I do well? Yes, I do. I actually had a couple sessions today. So definitely reach out to me, okay? If you can't reach out to me, all I can say is here, okay, filling out the contact form. You can just send me a message here on TikTok, okay? Just DM me, all right? I got you, okay? All right, so now we're going to be looking at doing some more evaluations. Hey, Ann, how are you? All right, so let me go with number 1. So if I say the f of x, and a lot of people are like, oh my God, this is advanced, I gotta leave. No, sit your butt down, you're gonna be fine. All right, and I want you to find the f of 1. All right, So let me zoom in for a bit. So I'm giving you a name of a function. Now, functions, very similar to equation. If you saw an equation, you're used to seeing y equals mx plus b. Okay, you're used to seeing y's and x's. But then all of a sudden you start seeing f of x, g of x, h of x, p of x, all something of x. Once you start seeing something like this, it is a function. Okay, it's considered a function. So if you notice that this and this is very similar, notice the 1 inside the parenthesis is in the same location as the x. So this is saying, hi, for the f function, I want you to put a 1 wherever you see an x. That's all it is. We just did all that stuff up here. Just because it wasn't a function, that's the only difference. Okay? So if you want to, you can write f of 1 as a reminder to what you're going to substitute your x with. So now you have 7 times the 1 minus 6. What's math? What'd you get, Sharky? Okay. 13. Remember, it's minus 6. Minus 6. You were close, you were close. Yes. Sakai is saying 1. Okay, Jasmine, 1. Yep, 7 minus 6. Yes, Chocolate Honey saying 1. Dest saying 1. Good. Because 7 times 1 gives me 7. Minus 6 will give me 1. So we have the f of 1 is equal to 1. Guess what you just found? You found an ordered pair. Your x value is 1. The y value is 1. You just found an order pair. And we just zhuzh it up to make it look all fancy because it's a function. That's it. That's all you're doing. Right? It's nothing too crazy. Okay? It's not going to be a negative one because 7 is bigger than 6. If I have $7 and I spent $6, that means I still have $1 in my pocket. There you go. All right. Nice, Janice. There we go. All right. So let's try. All right. I don't want to get too fancy just yet. It's coming. Not just yet. All right, so let me switch colors for a sec so you can see it a lot clearer. So we're going with the second one. So let's say g of x. So we say g of x is 9x minus 1. We need to find the g of, oh, thank you guys for helping me reach my little goal. Thank you, Amber. Thank you, Michael. I know you were tapping away. You always do. You guys always do. Thank you. All right. So now, all we're doing, the g of x, it's still a function. You can still think of it as y. All right. It's just a different function. So they're saying the g of x is equal to 9x minus 1. And they want us to find the g of negative 12. So all this is saying, notice I have g of x and I have g of negative 12. So wherever I see an x, I'm plugging in a negative 12. That's all this is saying, right? Like, guys, this is almost like a 3-point question. Almost would have did a 3 because I was thinking about it. You know, this is a 3-point question on the GED. ASVAB, this will be probably like in the 30s, I want to say, in the 30s. Anything dealing with equations, it might be in the 30s and 40s. I think no, I actually lie. I think it's going to be in the early 40s. Early 40s. Okay? So I got negative 109, negative ultimate 109, Kaya negative 109, Jasmine negative 107. Okay, Kai went up with the order pair. Look at her taking a step further. Okay, Chocolate Honey a negative 109, Amber negative 109. Okay, oh, you switch it around? Why'd you switch it around? Why'd you switch it, Kaya? Why'd you switch it, girl? Okay, because remember, your X value was the negative 12. Your Y value, what you got as your answer, that's going to be your Y value. Okay, got confused? All right, you good? You good? Yeah, because what we plug in, that's your input. Your input is always your X values. Your output, what you get as a result, is always your Y values, because your answer is always going to depend upon what you plug into the system. Okay? Yes, and the reason why we add the 1, because both the negative 108 and the 1 is negative. So since they're both negative, go ahead and add and keep your negative signage. Okay. All right. You okay, Jasmine? All right. So now, thank you so much for the follows, guys. I appreciate it. Are we okay? Can I switch over? Are we all good? If you have questions, ask them. I'm one of those people, I'm going to answer them. I might have a smart-ass comment about it, but I'll answer it. Oh, you thought it was subtraction? Anytime, their subtraction has like 2 rules. It's either your minus, because if you minus the 1, you still have this negative 108. They're both negative. So even though this is a minus sign, it's making that 1 into a negative 1. Okay, so when they're both signs the same, you're adding. Okay, you're adding. Okay. All right. I was like, all right, guys, go ahead. Share the lives if you know of some people that would benefit from this. Heck, this is almost like free tutoring. You know? You don't have a subscription. All you have to do is tap the screen, which is free. All you have to, what? Okay, you do this. Or maybe you do this. Either way, something's happening. Okay? That's cardio. Everyone needs to exercise something, right? We can't just keep swiping all the time. You got that same muscle memory. You got to change it up a little bit once in a while, right? Everybody's like, what's going on? People scrolling like, what's going on in this live? All of a sudden, I got like 10 people that came in here. All right. Nastiness. What do you think we be doing in here? Keep it clean, people. All right. So, about me before you started college? Aw. That's all right. That's all right. Because it's never too late. There's always room for learning. There's always room for learning. All right, so I'm going to step it up a little bit more. Let's see if we can get it to 15K. Come on, let's do it. It's all right. There's 107 of us. Literally. Quick mad tap. We should make it to 15K in a heartbeat, right? Hey, Ohio, how are you? Hey, 63. I was in a class with someone that was 84. It's never too late. It's never too late. If you have that determination and drive, and we all knew that she grew up in a different time where women was like, okay, you need to get married at the rightful age of 14. And okay, you need to have how many kids and let the man take care of things. And some people will be, if you even ask, if you still have grandparents that are still alive and they're like, I wish I could go to school just like how you were going to school. I wish I can do half the things that you guys do, because it was a different time. But now, hey, take advantage of what you can do and go out there and do what you got to do. You know what I mean? Did I have an energy drink? No. I had a student that really pissed me off, and I had to break it down like, are you sure you want to go into the military? Because this is not working. No, this is, so I'm trying to keep my cursing down. So I'm trying to block as much as I can. Yeah, I am hyped up, which is nice. Wait, good. Okay, what's happening? My daughter has another sub for 6th grade. Oh my goodness. What's up with the subs at this school? What's going on? All right. So here's my thing. You know what to do. You know exactly what to do. Before it gets cray-cray and your child or kids need assistance, you know where to go. Okay, I think you have my number. If not, go ahead and message me and I'll give it to you. And then we'll take it from there. Okay? Oh, thanks, Janice. I know. I know. I'm starting to get more students from Florida, which is, yeah. But hey, you have a person that can help. Same goes if, homeschool parents, if you want to do the homeschooling, okay? Real talk. If you want to do the homeschooling and you want me to tutor you, I'm more than willing to do that, okay? But you have to reach out. You have to advocate. I cannot read your mind, all right? Nice. Okay. Thank you so much. So here we go. Here's a different function. Ooh, the H function. What is that? It's the same thing. Don't freak out, okay? Why am I whispering like this? It's really psychotic. Okay. So we have the h of x is equal to 6x plus 8. And I want us to find... This is where you're going to be like, Audrey, say what? It's okay. All right. Who else is checking in? Hi. Okay, definitely. All right. Because here's my thing. If it's a whole group and if you know everyone that's in her class and you want me to tutor through that, I can do a small class. I can do group teaching. Hell, I've been doing it for 22 years. I think I can handle it. No, Nicole, no crying. No crying! So good last year. She was placed sorry. Good? From her dad. No, she got a little bit from you. You just didn't get the encouragement. Sorry. Let me bring that in. Now you can start crying. No, just kidding. That's my screen. Here we go. All right. No crying. Well, there is crying in math class, but in this platform, there is no crying because I'm going to break it down step by step. All right. That's why I do this. I don't just do this for the fame and the fortune. And one day I'm going to walk out in the street and someone's be like, that's that girl from TikTok. I recognize her by her hand. But we're doing the same thing. Awesome. Perfect. Now, just like what we said earlier, we have the h of x. The h is the function. And they want us to find the h of x plus 6. Now, notice the x is inside the parenthesis. X plus 6 is inside the parenthesis. So this is telling me, no, Nicole, no. No freaking out. This is telling me anytime we see an x, we're going to plug in an x plus 6. All right, so let's take a look. So that means it's going to be 6 parenthesis, make it a little bit larger so it can fit, plus 8. And inside the parenthesis, we're going to write x plus 6. Okay? If you're about to hyperventilate, put your head between your knees, breathe, calm it down, listen to the music, it's all right. Ooh, look at this. What's all this? I have stickers? Why is that a shock to me? I have stickers? This is hilarious. Okay. Okay, you remember. Hold on. Good. Taught back. Rocks were formed in the... Really? I know. We were in the same class, Archie. So now, we are basically going to do what? There we go. So it's 6 times our x, and our x is now x plus 6. So we're distributing everything inside that parenthesis, right? So just like what Kaya has, when we distribute, we have 6 times x, which gives us 6x. And 6 times 6 gives me plus 36. And then we bring down our 8. Are we okay? It seems familiar. So first it looked like a little bit of Algebra 2. Then once we did the substitution, all right, looks like a little later Algebra 1. And now it's looking a little bit about pre-algebra. See how we did the progression? So what do we have next? Oh, didn't even know that. So now, order of operation, we combine that 36 and that 8. And we get our plus 44. All right. Yep. So Nicole, we did do the distributive property right here. That's how we got our 3x plus 36. We just brought down that plus 8, and then we combined like terms. For a second there, I was like, what the hell is CLT? But then I got it. All right. All right. So this is your h of x plus 6. Obviously, it's not going to be so much as an ordered pair, but there you go. All right. I know. I can't believe I'm finally getting old. All right. How are we feeling? Thumbs up, thumbs down, left, right, side to side. What we got? Yep. Awesome. Yes. And here's my thing. If you want to sign up, be a subscriber to my channel, guess what? It's free. I'm not bougie yet. So if you want to subscribe to it, go ahead and subscribe. Hell, I didn't even know I had stickers. Thank you, Michael. Yeah, I know. Just this whole thing called TikTok. I'm trying. I am trying. Right? Well, how fun is that? Cute. All right. Good. I'm glad you guys are doing well. Yes. All right. So let's do maybe a couple more. Just do a couple more. I'm looking at like a 50K day, you know, because I really have to get this energy out. All right. So let's go back to our g of x. We can do that. Then we have a negative 8x minus 3. And I want us to find, and I'm going to unzoom in a sec. All right, this one, I'm curious how you're going to do it. I'm just curious. She's like, she's still writing. Yes, I am. I'm just curious. I'm curious. Play around with it. Okay? Actually, there isn't. I don't think it is. But if you want to follow, that'll work well for me. I don't think so. I don't know, Eric. That's a great question. Because I know if you click on like an orange heart, that will take you to more of my subscription. And I know it costs a coin. That's all I know. But I'm not like, yeah, pay $5.99 for me to say the same things that I do for my free stations. Okay, subscription's not available? Okay. Maybe they took it away from me because they're like, this chick's not doing anything with it. I'm like, I have no idea. But if you want to, you can always subscribe to this. This is where I put all my recorded lives. So if you like this live and you're like, oh my God, she had me laughing hysterically while we're doing math, and you want to listen to it again, give me a couple hours so I can download it. But if you go here, okay, type in this, you can actually subscribe to my blank, because I can't say it out loud. You just have to go here, and I would love for you to do these, and these. Okay? So all my recordings from February 2nd to yesterday is already up and ready to go. Okay? So if there's a topic that you really want to like, oh, how does she break that down? You can go there and see the actual lives, my TikTok lives. And it's entitled TikTok Lives. I know, it's really, really hard and strenuous. Okay. But it follows the coin. Okay. Say what? No. I mean, maybe popping in and popping out, but not live. Oh, God, no. No. Okay, do I focus on the TEAS test? The TEAS test, GED, ASVAB, they're all basically the same test, except for they put it in your terms. Like, say, instead of saying a person of certain pounds needs certain medication, the ASVAB will say a certain soldier has to put so much gas into the truck and it takes so much miles, and it's still proportions. Like, it's still the same concepts, especially the algebra piece. And that's the part that a lot of people have been coming to me and asking for help, which is the algebra piece. Okay. All right. Nurse Abby, how are you? All right. So how are we going to tackle this? Other than like dropping it and kicking it. Now, we're going to take this bad boy piece by piece. So we have the g of x plus the g of 3. What do you think we should tackle first? What do you think we should tackle first? What do you think we should tackle first? The g of x or the g of 3? Good. Oh, I don't even know what that is. But g of 3, yes. The g of 3, yes. Replace the g of x, and we got the g of 3, yes. Because we know what the g of x is. G of x, let me get my highlighter. Okay, the g of x is simply this whole thing. So all you have to do is substitute that for that. But the g of 3, we need to calculate that. So why not come over here and calculate it? So again, you see where the 3 is? You see where the x is. So wherever there's an x, we're going to input a 3. So I'm going to put my plus sign here. Then we have our negative 8. Then I'm putting my parentheses so I can put my substitution in. And that substitution is going to be a 3. right? Bring down my plus sign. Then I have negative 8 times 3. That gives me a negative 24 minus 3. Okay, what's negative 24 minus 3? We got a negative 27. There we go. There you are. There it is. Yes, because we're not multiplying these. We're just multiplying the negative 8 and the 3, which gives me a negative 27. Good, Jasmine. Good, Ohio. Yes, it is. Winning wave. Good job. Whoa, what is this? My 349. Yes. My symbol, negative 29. Yes. User, negative 27. Yes. Negative 27, negative 27. Awesome. So now for the g of x, all we have to do is just rewrite this negative 8x minus 3. What should I do next? Hey, Sharon, how are you? Danny! Combine like terms, I love it. Definitely feeling better. Definitely feeling better. I'm a little, not quite 10. I would say about an 8 right now. I'm trying to calm myself down. Okay? So, Jasmine, this x is a variable. It is not multiplication. Okay? That's one thing for all math teachers out there. I don't know what we need to do just to get rid of x as multiplication, because it screws our kids up when they go into algebra. Completely does it. So we need to start it early. Like, x is not multiplication. X is a variable. Okay? Yes. Oh, good. All right. So we should be combining. Yes, we got that negative 30. Who said that? Kai. Yes. Right here, we have our like terms. That negative 3 and that negative 27. So negative 3 and negative 27, they're both negative, so we're adding them together. Okay, so we have that negative 30. Then we just bring down our negative 8x. Okay, so this is our answer. And if you want to plug in the negative 8x minus 3 here, you can do that. I'm just lazy. I like to do it when it's time for it to be operational. But again, I'm lazy. All right. So we can't combine these any further because they're not like terms. This is a negative 8x and this is a negative 30. The 30 doesn't have an x, but the negative 8 does. Okay, so we can't break it down any further. Oh, so was I. Yep, Michael, that is your answer. Good. Yeah, this whole feeling woozy and I know I gotta take care of myself, but I don't. Well, thank you, Solomon. You're always telling me I do exceptional work. There are two different things you have to find x, so you need to get x alone. Okay. Stars silly. You need to get x alone. No, you don't. All right. Let's see if I can find. Okay. Do you do that with this problem? No, you do not. You're not isolating. You're not solving for x. Yes, you're not solving for x. Silly, star silly. You're just trying to find what would g of x plus g of 3 would represent. So the g of x, which was our negative 8x minus 3, comes here, and then we did the g of 3, so that means we plugged the 3 in for the x. That actually gave us a number, and then we combined like terms to get our expression. Okay, thank you, TMH 410. Are you from Baltimore, TMH? 4 1s and a 0. Okay, all right, cool. All right, this one seems to get a lot of people. All right, so if we're saying we're coming back to the f of x is negative x minus 3. We want to find the f of 4. I'm going to make it negative 4. Okay. All right. Tell me what my answer is for this one. I'm going to give you some time. Harlem. Oh, okay. Well, welcome in. Because like our area code is 410, so that's why I was like, oh. Hey, period. How are you? Okay. No. Okay, we got 1. He asked me with the negative 7. I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. And this is one of those problems that I'm so glad to see the answers that I'm seeing. Okay, I'm so glad to see the answers that I'm seeing. So I'm seeing the combinations of 1s and negative 7s. Okay, and there is a reason why I do this. You literally guessed. Okay. Well, I'm going to show you in a moment. Yes. Yes. Okay, so Amber, we got negative 4, negative 3. Okay, so we have a combination of 1s, negative 7s. We got an oopsie daisy, okay. Probably a transformation. And also a negative 3. All right. Yep, silly. Or star silly, yes. Okay. Ooh, and I'm about to show you, Eric. Main reason why I'm doing this. Thank you. All right. So, as we recall, the x's is what's inside the parentheses. So we're going to substitute a negative 4 just for the x. So it's going to look like this. We have a negative parenthesis minus 3. Okay, we're not substituting the negative 4 for the negative x, just for the x. So now you have a negative times a negative, which will give me positive. So positive 4, bring down my minus 3. 4 minus 3 will give me my 1. So since we got points, we got our ordered pair. So our x is negative 4, our y is a positive 1. Okay, get it? So you're only substituting, and that goes for when you try to use in your calculators. Trust me, I see it all the time. Well, you wouldn't be using a calculator anyway, but just in case, if you try to use your calculator and you do, say, negative 3 squared, right? If you don't put parentheses around the negative 3 squared, it's going to do exactly this. It's going to square the 3 and then tack on the negative at the end. Versus if I put parentheses around the -3 and I square it, that's when it's going to give me a positive 9, because a negative times a negative is positive. So when you're substituting a negative, this is just me, put parentheses around it. Okay, so when you're substituting the negative for just the x, that's going to change your signage from a negative to a positive, because it's a negative times a negative gives me a positive 4. Okay. All right. Are we feeling better now for those that were giving me 7s? All right. Love this. Yes. Good. All right. I always like to throw one of those in there, just not really to throw you off, but to really have you understand it. All right. All right, not a problem. Not a problem. All right. Well, thank you guys. That's it. That's all it is. Evaluating functions. That's it. That's all you have to do. Depending on which function they ask for, there may be times they might give you 3 functions at once. So if they say the f of x, you're looking for the f function. If they say the g of x, you're looking for the g function. If they're saying h of x, you're looking for the h function. Okay, so you match up which of these. If it says h of something, that means I need the h function. G of x, I need the g function. F of -4, I need the f function. All right, so nothing too crazy. All right, that's all I got. That's all I got. All I know is if you do need assistance, if you do, like seriously, if it's not you, you're just like, well, I'm not sure because I'm about to start a class next week, or my kids are about to start school in like a couple weeks, or whatever. You have my information. You have someone. Even if your kids are younger, I know tutors that can handle younger age. The youngest I will go is 7th grade. That's just me. I tried 5th grade boys. Yeah, too much hormones. Way too much hormones. Let's put it that way. Okay, so I have friends that can handle that. That's their jam. Awesome. So if you do need some assistance, or if anyone does, at least hopefully you will feel comfortable knowing that I will give you the right person. I will hopefully lead you into the right direction. And if anything, if you are interested in my Ultimate Math Notebook, just let me know. You can message me, or you can go to the link that is in the bio. If you actually want copies of my notes, because this notebook is almost done. I think I have, before we get to all this, I have like 1, 2, 3, 4. I have like 4 more classes, so it'll be basically over by Monday. Hopefully I'll have my newer book to show you. I'm so excited about that. But if you want copies of my notes, which I'm thinking about lowering the price for the rest of the month of August, for my Audrey's notes. Audrey's notes is like a play on Cliff Notes. So basically it's just a scanned copy of all my notes that I've done here on TikTok. And what I did was I just put them into books. This is like book number 3. I have 4 books of these already out. This is going to be book number 5. So this will be out probably by the end of next week. And what happens is, if you notice, there's a QR code. If you scan this QR code, it will take you directly to the live that's associated with the topic. So it's almost like you have like a tutor that can actually break down these concepts for you, and you could follow along. So you have everything from SOHCAHTOA. We have like dividing polynomials. We did a little adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing decimals, a little bit of finding the asymptotes. Like just like all my lives, It's very selective. It's not like, oh, it's just going to go in a whole process. No, it's just like whatever that pops in my head. This is what we're doing. I noticed a lot of my tutoring students need help with this. This is what I have. Okay, so we're going to have those out and about, and even some of the word problems, like things that I cut and paste in here, they're all in here. Okay, even with the linear functions, also with mean, median, and mode. And I know a lot of you guys say I have nice handwriting, so I try to keep it nice and clean for you guys. And like I said, I have 4 books of these. And if you want to purchase them, you can actually go here, and there's a link that will take you there, or you can go directly to here. This one, it will take you about like a week to get your stuff. Whereas if you go to the A, we all know the A is the magical box that arrives at almost everyone's home. Yeah, I have it there as well. So if you want to get one of those back to school sales and add that to that so you can get an additional discount with it, go ahead. You can do that as well. All right. I think that is all I have. And if you want any of the courses that will take you step by step, I also am giving like a course that throws in like 2 30-minute tutoring sessions just to make sure that you're learning the right stuff. You guys, you can take all these books, and this is another thing I've been doing. I've been like getting books from other companies. I'm not going to show the names so I won't embarrass. Been like getting some other books from other companies and looking at their workbooks. And some of them are okay. I feel like ASVAB for Dummies, if you're going to take the ASVAB, is a really good book. And everyone should purchase that. I know I hate the title, but the content and the way the questions are worded is similar to what you're going to see on the ASVAB, because I've talked to several people that have taken it before, and they said, yeah, this book, it was like the word problems were directly correlated. Tease test, I'm still waiting to see a really good tease test book. Maybe there are some that's here on TikTok. I haven't really ventured to TikTok route yet, but how often do I go live? Like once a week. Do I ship to the Caribbean? So far that I know of, yes, I do, especially for this one, my personal one, because I'm not sure if Amazon does anymore, because we all know how DHL gets. Just so disrespectful. I have family in Jamaica, so enough said. But yeah, if you go there, it'll definitely be shipped, because I have stuff. It might take a little bit longer, but it will be shipped there. Okay. All right. Yes. Here we go. So yes, I'll be here again tomorrow night at 7 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday. I'll be here at 7 p.m. I just came late on tonight because my schedule got screwed up. I had a client and I was like, oh yeah. That's why I have 1 o'clock free on Fridays. But, I had to go with the client. So, trying to go back to school after 20 years. Need something to refresh. Hey, not a problem. And again, as I said, I'm working on a workbook. But I know that's not helping you right now. But if you go here, I have all of my live recordings. You can fast forward, you can pause, you can rewind if you want to do the recordings. But if you want more step by step, we can actually go with some of my paid courses. If you just want the course by yourself and then just ask me random questions like through text or anything, that's fine. But if you want me to sit down with you a little bit more, you can do this. It's 107 courses. Basically instructional videos. You can watch it, you can fast forward, you can pause, you can rewind. It also comes with practice sheets and quizzes. So it's not just a, hey, here you go, that's it. But if you do have questions and so forth, you can always ask me a question. You can send me a text message, email, do whatever you need to do. All right. Yep. So you can either come here to sign up for those things, or you can go directly to Books by Audrey. That'll work as well. All right. Cool. Yeah. So I understand. And one thing, life hacks, supplies, I am so proud of you. The fact that you want to go back to school, the fact that you see that I just want to succeed, be successful in something. Whatever your reasoning for it, I'm just proud that you don't want to be stagnant. And that's what makes me proud to be here and to teach or just to instruct a lot of people that usually the reason why they can't move forward is because of math. And I know for me, I used to suck at math, like terrible, like awful. Fractions, no. Word problems, hell no, not doing that. So I basically am taking my pain and I'm turning it into a purpose, to help others through it. Even if it's just for you to get through it, to get this test score, whatever you want to get, and then you get to do what you want to do. I love to hear when people are like, I passed because I watched your video. It's just like the ultimate high. So thank you, Jess. And hi, Jess. I haven't seen you today. You probably really hear out. So it's just a matter of like, even if you're not sure what you want to purchase, if you want to purchase anything, message me. Don't just message me hi. Like message me like, hey, Audrey, I would love to talk to you about because I'm not sure what I should purchase or what I should do. And we'll come up with a plan of attack. I'm more than willing to do that. As long as you're willing to put some action to stuff, I'm more than willing to sit down and break concepts to you. If you're taking a class and you're stuck with a couple of stuff, you take some pictures of it. I'm more than willing to sit down and talk you through it, but at the same time, you have to put that into action. And I know once school really goes into full swing, like the end of this month to maybe the beginning of next month, I'm going to start getting busy. So grab me now while you can. Okay. For hygiene school. Awesome. Okay. You came in late. That's okay. That's okay. So, and I know it's the algebra piece that gets a lot of people, and especially with nursing. I had to talk to this one person. I hate to be a dream killer, but I'm just like, dude, if you don't understand basic math without a calculator to a certain degree, like you can't take a calculator in every time you're about to do something with a patient. Like you have to know how to get those calculations down. Because if not, you're going to kill somebody. Like, this is life and death type of thing. Just like the difference between the positive and the negative. There's a huge difference between making money and losing money. Like, that's how I have to think of it. So it's like, I don't want anyone trying to put any kind of additional barrier onto your life because they want to keep you down and stupid. I want you to be in those offices where you have those conversations. I want you to excel in whatever you want because we got one life. If you believe you're going to come back as a cricket, okay, that's you. But I believe that right now, this is basically it. Now, unless we want to make some kind of changes, only you can do it. You can pray on it, but you got to act on it. So that's my 2 cents. Actually, a whole $1. You can keep change. Okay, I have to watch the replay. All right, no problem. I try, John. I try. Because there's too many people, even some of your friends and families are the ones that are holding you down and you don't want to admit to it. I'm speaking my truth. Because now I'm like, look, the people that are really supporting me are you guys. And all you know is a hand. You don't even know. Like, some people may know what I actually look like because we've been on a call. But other than that, you guys just don't know me from Eve And yet, you're tapping on screens, you're doing all these things. And I swear, if you think about it, most of your supporters are people that don't even know you, because they're reacting to what energy you're giving off. So, hey, you just be you. And I like how you guys are. It's all hyped up today. All right. Plus, it's Friday, and I really haven't been doing much of anything. I've been slacking all day. How can you see the replay? Well, one, give me a time to take it off of TikTok. I have to download it. But you can go here and then go here. Either my name or here. You'll see my logo, which says the ACG. And then once you get in, go ahead, subscribe. I would love to get 1,000 people. Oh, almost forgot. How can I forget this? For the people that are here, can you guys do me? I don't know if this will work. I need for you guys to help me with Google. I need, if you guys can do a Google search for this, and write a review for me, please. I would love, I think I'm 22 or 23 reviews away from 100. I would love to get 100 reviews. Because the more activity I get there, the more people will see my stuff. And I would love that. Even if you just do a general Google review. I know it's hard for you guys to, and this is the only thing about TikTok that's annoying, that we can't share links. But if you can do a Google review for me, I would greatly appreciate it. Because I need that. I'm only 20-something people away. 22, I think, away. Thank you. Okay, thank you so much. I mean, I would greatly appreciate it. Like, that will help me. I mean, in order for me to bring new people in. Because I get some very interesting phone calls during the day. Very interesting phone calls. If it's not marriage proposals, yeah, please don't call me if you're going to just do any kind of silly stuff like, you want to go out? No. Just no. I'm all about my business. I really want this business to grow. I want my books to expand. I want people to not be fearful of math anymore. Like, that's my goal in life right now. That's my exact goal. But then I came across one parent who took her child out of school, and it's been 4 years, and he's still not doing high school related math. And I was like, oh, good God. So I'm waiting for, not really waiting. I don't think they're going to call back, but I really wanted to. I'm just like, I know a lot of people pulled their kids out of school after COVID because they did not like how things were going. But you're pulling your kid out to do what? And we have to have a goal. Like, some of our kids have to have something, just a little bit of something, even if they want to go into the workforce, because I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know how other states are, but they're pulling programs left and right here in Baltimore. Like Maryland, there's a lot of programs that used to be for people that want to be, Masons or, oh God, what was the name of the program? There was some other federal funded program that they pulled them, they canceled them. So left and right, a lot of those programs are gone. So I don't know what people are actually going to do. So I don't know. Blocked. What's blocked? What's happening? What if the love of her life is on the... Oh. I was like, blocked? What happened? I just looked up. I just seen Kappa blocked. But sometimes it's not even coming on TikTok, because you can easily message me through TikTok, even though it's on my business line. So I'm not too worried. At one point, early in my career, I put an ad in Craigslist. What was I smoking? How many Lifetime movies are there about like killers and from Craigslist and all that stuff? Yeah, I learned rather quickly about that one. Dudes were left and right. Almost got snatched up one time. That's another story that I would love to save another time. You got to be careful. If any of you guys thinking about doing online tutoring, do it online. Do not do in person. You can't do it in person nowadays. Don't do it. Don't go to people's homes. No. Don't have them come to your home either. Nope. Don't do it. That's the worst place to go. But see, some people's Craigslist is not that bad. It all depends on where you live. But, yeah. Yep, never again. I know, right? Sounds dangerous, extremely dangerous. Oh, of course. I was young and dumb in the whole thing. You know, when I was my first year of doing online tutoring. And it was actually recommended by another tutor. Yeah, she trying to get me killed. You used to go to other people's homes. Yup, you can't do that anymore. I think it was last week? My days are all kinds of mixed up. A friend of mine said that, yeah, she was driving to a tutoring session, and she was driving right the worst part of town near a trap house. And she was like, oh, hell no. I was about to pull over, and I was like, something just told me to drive off. And I'm like, yeah, it was probably me screaming in your head, B, better drive off. And she was like, yeah, it was crazy. And I'm like, you can't do that anymore. You don't know. Don't be so green. I was like, you can't do that anymore. And I don't care. I have neighbors that are just like, oh, can you come to my house and tutor my kids? No, I only do it online. She's like, yeah, but you live up the street. I only do it online. Don't tell me how to run my business. You know? So if that doesn't work for you, that doesn't work for you. Like, I don't want to come to your house. I don't want your kids coming to my house. I don't care. Like, no, we're good. Yeah, right? Yes, see? Mm-hmm. I know. It wasn't, and it really was. It's really not. And you driving from point A to point B is not worth it. You're spending more money on gas, especially nowadays. Shoot. You're spending more money on gas than tutoring. He used to be mad. No, that might attract them even more. They're out there. Get rid of her kids. I think so. I love how people want to use tutoring as babysitting. Oh, I stopped that real quick with some people. I'm like, no, we're done in an hour. I'm not going to just up and leave your kid here in a public place and all of a sudden your kid gets snatched up and you're going to say, well, you were responsible for my child. No, sir, no, ma'am. Not doing that. Right. Yeah, you won't tutor in person. Yep, I know. So there's times that we have to be cautious. Like, you have to be cautious in everything you do. But at the same time, you can't not try to experience something. It's kind of weird. It's almost like my mom would say, don't do this. Oh my gosh, Audrey, be safe. I can't control that. If you're trying to pick up my 6'1", 200 and God knows how much weight, and you want to snatch me up and try to put me on the street, my mind is too strong. Like, I will be sitting there telling, like, wait, you want me to hook for you? Nah, son, let me tell you how to run your business. Like, that will be me. Let me tell you about how to pimp. You got to keep that pimp hand strong. Like, I would be ridiculous. I know me. You don't. That's exactly what I would do. Yeah, and I know, and I understand, because when you have multiple kids and you don't want to, you're trying to appease and try to satisfy the needs of all your kids, and it's hard. And there's times that you want to have a break, and the break just feels so good that you don't want it to stop. but there's an end. There's an end. Okay, I get it, but there's an end. Right? I know. I can't imagine it, and I don't even want to put it in the atmosphere. So that will be me being done. All right. Well, we're close to 50. There's 35 of us. 36. So let's see if we can do a mad tap to get to 50, and then we can end this lovely live because we're just basically going down some kind of crazy rabbit hole. And but for the most part, I'm here. I'm here to help. I'm here to instruct. I will be here tomorrow night at 7. I think I'm going to do like introduction of geometry. I'm not sure if anybody is going to want to sit through all that. But I know one other thing, factoring has been a problem with some people. But I think, and I don't want to steal too much from other people, but I think I might have to do a little bit with conversions, like setting up proportions from word problems. And I think I might have to grab some word problems from some of the things I've received from students and put like something together to help you guys with the conversions, because that putting it into a proportion game is something real, and it's a real struggle. No, I'm not doing geometric proofs. Good God, no. I can't. I have to brace myself for the school year for that. Like, that's a lot of drinking. A lot of drinking. A lot of prayers, a lot of drinking. I don't even know. I don't even know. No, I do not tutor with a company. No, I am my own person. There is too many people that want me on their team. They wanted me as a teacher. They didn't know how to treat me. A lot of people want me in their tutoring companies. Nope. I want to be my own entity. Everyone else gets to be their own entity. Why can't I? I've made a lot of money for a lot of people. It's time for me to start making something for myself, or building something for myself. That's more so. The money's going to come. It's the building. That's what I'm trying to do. Michael, you're having fun with the stickers. Yes, a lot of drinking. Proofs are hard to tutor. They are, because there's so many different ways of getting the right answer. Yep. Yeah. But see, there's some teachers are like, I want it done like this. And I'm like, dude, you just went here to go here to come back here. Whereas you could have just gone from here to here. Done. And they're like, no, but I really want this and that. You want tutors to hire? Okay. Yeah, that's great for you. I know. I know I'm going to have employees once in my life, but hopefully I will have a significant other and that we can both strive well in this business together. But me right now for tutoring, that's too many different personalities that's supposed to represent my personality. And that's where it just gets crazy. Yeah, I can't. Mm-mm. Yeah. Yep. So, I know, for the most part, and that's where it all stems from. Like, I used to help other tutors build their tutoring businesses, and some appreciate it, and eventually you get people that are just kind of like, I don't know what I want to do, and I just can't with that. That's not my mentality at all. So, we're almost at 50, guys. Almost there. Yep. Yep. With the same personality, the same determination, the same drive. That's not just going to steal your company from within underneath you. That's another thing, because there are some people, they'll be smiling in your face and they're robbing you blind because they're telling the people that's reaching out to your company, oh yeah, she, only pays me this much, but she's charging you this much and I want the full amount. That's why I do one-to-one tutoring, because I don't want to pay a third party. All they're going to do is just take my post and make it their own. No, that's all right. I've done that. That was what means being a classroom teacher. Because when you're a classroom teacher, anything that you do on their computers and their stuff is really considered their stuff. Even though it came out of your brain at 1 o'clock in the morning, and all of a sudden you're hot gluing stuff and trying to build all these things up just so you can have it nice and neat for your observation the following day. It's crazy. Yep. I'd rather this type of stress than the stress that I had in the classroom. Like, I was probably another year away from having a stroke. Like, I was having the tingling up the left arm, everything. And it was just probably the grace of God that was just like, nope, Audrey, you got to get out. So, and God made that decision. I didn't mean for him to have the plague or anything like that. It's not that extra, but here we are. Yep. And that's why you have to know. So, Michael, that's true. Like, dealing with different tutoring styles. That's why you, as a business owner, this is what a lot of people go through. They think tutoring is a hobby. And it's not. It's a business. And you have to treat it like a business. I respect all the people that I tutor, but this is my price. And if I'm having a discount, I'm having a discount. Do not have the balls to ask me to lower that discount price again. I was like, oh, you want me to lower it? Okay, so let me bring it back to my original price. What? Wait, what happened to that? I'm like, no, you want me to lower it, so I'm going to bring it back to that price. A little reverse psychology. So I did learn something in college. Yay! Thank you, Jazz. Yep, I work all the time. So, like, as I'm coming off of this, I'm going to have to, download the live. Then I have to upload it on YT. And I think I got everything ready for tomorrow, because I have some tutoring clients tomorrow. And what else? And then I have to work on my newer workbook, because I'm not sure if I'm going to do individual sessions anymore, because everyone's schedule is all over the place. So it's easier just to develop a workbook. Actually, I can ask you guys, if I did develop a workbook, what would be like so important that you would like to see in it? All right, there's 45 of us, Obviously, there's going to be math content in there. I got that. But would you like a space to write down your own notes, as well as some pages where the practice problems is not so jammed up in there and it's like 20 to 2,000 problems on one page? Hate that. And possibly an answer key that anyone could understand. Review done. Okay. Thank you. Put a star on this live, because this will be alive tonight. Remember. Why would this be alive for me to remember? What's going to happen? You never thought you would live through the plague? I just saw that. Oh my gosh. I know. This is going to be the live to remember. Is it because my workbook is going to catapult me into another dimension? Is that what you're saying? I would definitely. For us to quickly find. Okay. To give review. Oh, if you go to, it's not the website, it's Google. So if you Google this, and you can write a review there. Okay. So I'll put the star in the title. Okay. I've been putting a lot of emojis on my stuff. I thought it said Beyonce for a second. I'm like, ooh, Miss B's watching that stuff. Hey, Beyonce. Again with the stickers, Michael. Now I think I might have to learn how to create my own stickers. Michael's having way too much fun with these stickers. It's hilarious. Yeah. Because I know I always hated answer keys that no one can understand. I mean, like, okay, you struggle with math, but I'm going to put math terminology in the answer key. How does that help you? Like, how does that help you at all? Right? Yelp? No. Google. Like, literally, just type in, don't go to Yelp. Good God. Yelp cannot stop calling me. And all I keep getting is scammers. Every time. I'll have this one person like, my child needs help with algebra, geometry, and algebra 2. I'm like, what? Your child needs help with 3 years of math and you think, yeah, I could pay you like twice a week. No, you can't. Because this is not. What's your child's name? What's your last name? My last name is Cruz. What's your child's name? Tom. Make it stop. Make it stop. Okay. I will try. Well, see, here's the thing. I can only put my website on my thing. Because if not, they will freeze my account. I've done it before. You found it? Yes. All right. Thank you. I know. I was thinking about doing it, and I had what was called a link tree, but it's called Solo 2, and I still have it, but a lot of people weren't going to that, and I used to have all that on there. I know. I don't know what it is about me. Maybe I constantly am just not really doing all the little trends that they want. Maybe that's what it is. But some of the trends I just don't understand. So, but thank you though. You know, I'm always trying to think of how to make things easier. And I tried to do TikTok Shop, and I had a couple on TikTok Shop, a few actually, but I wasn't getting notifications of when orders were coming in, and all of a sudden I just randomly looked, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh God, someone ordered a book like a week ago. Like, that's not right. So at least now I can see who ordered a book when I use this thing. I can see your information, not like I'm going to stalk you, but at least I can say, hey, thank you so much for buying the book. How's the book going? And, you know, how are you using it? I can ask questions, but not to bombard, because I hate email marketing. I hate getting emails every, like 3 times a day from the same person talking about the same stuff and asking for money. I'm like, dude, no. If I said no the first time, what makes you think I'm going to say yes the 3rd or the 4th time? Like, I'm not. That's just me. Yeah. I know. Yeah, you won't be able to. It'll be no value, but yeah. I know. Hey, Van. All right. Okay. So if you guys can do that, if you can do a review for me on Google. Sorry, I had to say it that way. Just go ahead and just, do a search for this. And if you can write a review, I would greatly appreciate it. I would love to get 100. I'm like 22, I think, 22 or 23 away from 100. I don't know why. 100 will make me feel any better. But because anytime I get any kind of reviews or activities going on to that platform, it raises me above like even the big name tutoring companies. So because they usually don't do a whole lot of marketing or tutoring, so there's not that much activity going on. But I've definitely have snatched a few from Mathesium and Hunting and Sylvan, and they were just like, oh my God, this is so much better. And it's cheaper because it's ridiculous, $120 a session. And the session is an hour's worth, and there's a certain time period because they close their last sessions at 7:30 at night. And if you're a student athlete that you're coming home at like 9:30, you can't get the assistance that you need. So that's why I usually keep myself flexible, because I know how it feels to be a student athlete or a person that came home from work. Because some of our kids have to work right after school, or some of them leave school, air quotes, early just to get to work. And then they can come home at like 10 o'clock. And then now it's time for them to do their homework, and they have no one to kind of guide them. And that's what it is. Thank you so much. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. And you don't have anyone to help you, because most of the tutors, a lot of people, even the friends that I know of, they're like, I'm not tutoring past 7:30, Audrey. That's crazy. And here I am tutoring sometimes 10, 11 o'clock. I had one student from Ohio that I would tutor, and we're in the same time zone, and I would tutor him at midnight. Yeah, midnight. And it was just crazy. But California, I'll have my kids. They used to be at 10 o'clock. Now they're graduated. So I think that's giving me a little breather. So I'll be happy about that. But I just do that. I do it because I know how it feels to just feel like you're by yourself, and it's not a good feeling. And I just want to kind of eliminate that. I don't know if I'm crazy to think that way, but that's just how I think. I know I'm not going to be a millionaire this way. I want to be comfortable, but I still want to be able to pay my bills and not do all that craziness that we went through this summer, because that was insane. I'm good. No more. But I want people to feel empowered. I really do. So for the 20 people that are here, I'm not just rambling on. I really do, appreciate you guys staying on. Hopefully I'm giving you something that can be beneficial to you, and maybe even your family, maybe your future. And, if you can give a shout out when you get famous, I would love that. But I want you to be the best version of yourself possible. And if math is the only thing that's holding you back, let me help you get through that. And if it's not me, you're just like, yeah, you're a little too cray-cray for me. Well, then, you know what? I know a lot of people with different personalities that probably will fit. Okay? But I don't want you to think that, I can't afford you. I'm expensive, but I'm worth it. But we always have something going on to help people. All right? But then all of a sudden we got to find our own selves, Jess. And I know it sucks. It's like trying to get through this thing called life by yourself is not freaking easy. But there's times that we have to do that. And it sucks, but it's only going to suck for a short amount of time. Because an opportunity is going to come, and we're just going to snatch it up. Don't even worry about I don't think I got the credentials. Shut up. Just go after it. Learn from whatever you can learn, and then take what you've learned and apply it and make it your own. That's what life is, making it your own, right? I'm telling you, because I want it. You know? But sometimes, like when you're making your own money, but at the same time you're finding that partner. You're finding that partner. So we just have to no more thinking it's kind of like limiting our insecurities, because we're letting society put this label on us, and then we're trying to live this label because, everyone else's life looks so much better than mine. And you'll be like shocked and surprised, like people that are from the Caribbean. I know we all have our issues and stuff, but we're in the States thinking that you're living the perfect life, and you're thinking us in the States are living the perfect life because of the lies that people keep telling about both sides of the story. So, but we just have to figure out who we are, where we want to go, and what we want to do. And don't let anyone deter us from our dream. You know, my dream is some peace and freedom. I would love to be able to walk the streets perfectly safe. Don't have to worry about someone mugging me, bothering me, whistling, calling me all kinds of names. I would love that. And just feel safer as anyone. Like if I wanted to go for a walk, I can go for a walk anytime I want to. I don't have to join the gym just because I don't sleep. And here I am at 2 o'clock in the morning going to a gym because I can feel safe. I'm inside of a building. I don't know. But that's my 2 cents. I got a lot of 2 cents around here tonight. Right? It's too much, Jess. I'm telling you. That's why I keep having these little spells. And I don't know if it's menopause, because I am at that age. And some days I'll be perfectly fine. The next minute I'm sweating like I ran like 28 marathons, knowing that I can't even walk up and down the steps if I wanted to right now, because my knees are so swollen and all this other stuff. It's hard getting older. But then it's just like, how am I going to pay for this? How am I going to pay for that? How's that going to happen? How's that going to happen? Oh my God, I don't have enough people. I don't have enough clients. Like, should I go back to the classroom? Should I not go back to the classroom? My mom is saying I should get a regular job, but my mom doesn't understand what I'm trying to do because, hell, I got divorced. Her husband died and there was nothing that can happen. And I still think it's my fault that my father died. And like, he should have went home and be able to sleep peaceful in his own bed and all this other stuff. There's a whole lot going on in this brain, and I still have to do lesson plans for the stuff that I show you guys, and the stuff that I have for my course, and the stuff for my tutoring people, and I have to market, and I have to edit, and I haven't done shorts or videos in a long time because I've been worrying so much about like, okay, I need to get right with God. I need to get my eating together. I need to go walking more. And okay, I'm walking and I don't care if I'm walking in the rain or when it's blazing how many degrees outside, and how am I going to eat? And am I eating properly? And I'm like, I don't want to eat that. And it's so much. It's so much. But then as soon as you take a breath, and this is what happened to me this week. As soon as I just took a breath and just said, I can't control any of this. I have done this. I have done that. Next thing you know, here comes another client. Here comes another lead. Here comes another lead. And I got a lead from a TikTok live. Parent. He says, I want you to tutor my child for 2 hours a day, every day for the next 3 weeks. Name your price. So of course I went high. I'm not dumb. God's like, I'm giving this to you. Here you go. And that's helping a lot. And that's moving things in the right direction, because people that said that they want tutoring, you make a connection, you make a date and a time, and they cancel. And that's what happens, especially dealing with a lot of adults. You guys put other things ahead of what you really want, and then you wonder why I can't achieve anything. Because I know your friends are telling you, oh, let's go out Friday night. Let's go out, let's go party. But you want to get your GED. You want to get your... I'm only asking for an hour. That's all I'm asking. You can party after the hour. All I'm asking is for 1 hour of your time. And then you can continue on with your life. Once a week. That's it. And then you do the work that needs to be done. Don't like, oh, well, I can't. No, that's the easiest way to piss me off. There's 4 things, and I'm going to share this with you, that will make you dead to me. Make me feel like I'm wasting my time. Make me feel like I'm wasting my money. Lie to me and touch my stuff. That's it. Those are 4 things. I lived by it when I was in the classroom. I live by it as life. That's it. That's all it is. So, and that's what I did. Okay? So, for me, you just have to take a breath. And then look at what you have and be grateful. You got a roof over your head. It may not be the Taj Mahal, but thank God I wouldn't have to want to clean all those damn rooms. Okay? No. So, but is it mine? Yes. It's my space. I decorate it the way that I want to. Do I have electricity? Yes. Do I have running water? Yes. If I need to go anywhere else to get running water, can I? Yes, I can go to the gym. All right, so at least I can got that. Could I get something to eat? It may not be the best of the best for my body, but am I starving? No? Good. All right, that's it. Right now, are my basic needs met? They are? Awesome. What else do I want? What else do I want to dream for? I want to get the systems together. I love tutoring, but eventually I'm going to need to stop because people are going to piss me off. There's only so much I can say. Substitute it. Carry it over. There's only so many times you can say that. But when it comes down to, I would love to do more discussions like this with people. I would love to do more discussions like this with student athletes and to basically tell them, hey, you're working your butt off to be a student athlete, but it comes everything comes back around. And people will drop you like a bad habit. So how are you preparing for your future? And the kids are young people are getting better at it nowadays, now that we have the NIL. And that's why a lot of people are like, look, you got 18-year-olds getting millions of dollars because they were the number 1 pick. Or they were the Gatorade, player of the year. They can write their own ticket. So some of them are like, why am I going to the pros where I'm making that money now as an 18-year-old? But they're not thinking about their future. They're sitting here throwing parties for their friends, buying tons of pizza, buying everybody sneakers and outfits. Some of them working with their little honey dips and all that stuff. But they're not thinking about the future. If I did the NIL, I would have every athlete have a checking account. They will get 10% of the NIL money. The other 90% will be in their account. So if they decide to play pro, they can leave college but have money for them to get an apartment, for them to get a car, instead of them leaving college or leaving the league broke. That's part of the problem. No one wants to talk to them about for them saving money. But there's always everybody wants to help spend their money. I don't know. Doesn't make any sense. People are going to touch my stuff. No, they're not. Well, when they purchase it, sure, they can touch it all they want. So, but I would love to do more motivational. Maybe not have my own TV show. I think that's a bit much because there's a lot of work with that. And that's a lot of relying on other people. But I would love to be able to be like a motivational speaker for education. I would love to create space where people can, and it's not just a school, like it's almost, I don't know, like an academy, like a created space where people can just put their ideas down and actively do it and make it into a business. Because I feel that every high school kid should have a side business, especially if they like to draw, they like to do things with the computers, they like to draw, create games. They all should have a Fiverr account and have a small business. As much as they spend so much time on the computer games and designing games and drawing and being creative, they love to do that. And that's one thing I wish a lot of parents would do is like, you know what? I like your stuff. Let's get you a Fiverr account and let's start your stuff. You should be selling. You should be selling stuff. You should be like, basically copying a lot of these originals by hand or whatever and just selling it, or Etsy account, whatever you want to do. Because these kids should be making logos. They should be, and no one's talking about having ways for them to build finances. These kids are always doing beats. God, especially in Baltimore. Always beating on the desk. And I'm like, you guys should be given a place to create beats, create sounds, create music. Man, that's what I want to do. Yeah. Right? Yeah, there's no touching my stuff. But that's true. But you see what Shaq's doing now. He let his ego get out of the way. He messed up with his wife, with his real wife. He messed up with her, Shawnee. But for the most part, money's gonna come and money's gonna go. But what kind of legacy are you gonna leave behind? It's not just kids, because sometimes kids, they're gonna do whatever they want to do eventually. They're remembering some of the teachings that you did provide, but eventually they got to make the final decision of what they want to do. So for me, who is Audrey? Not necessarily Audrey Codner, because the last names can always change, but who is Audrey? They named me Audrey. What is that legacy I want to leave behind? They named you Michael. They named you Jess. They named you Janice. They named you Laverne. They named you Sharon. They named you John. They named you whatever they named you, but you're the one that made that name memorable and in a good way. So what is it? What is it? Yeah. I know, Michael. I know. No apologies needed. Oh my God, there's 138. Was I rambling that much? For you guys to be like 138K? I just looked up. First it was like 52, and all of a sudden it just went kind of crazy. All right. Okay, so I love the 17 that's here. Hopefully I'm inspiring somebody to want to do better, to do more, and take a moment to think about what is it that you want to do. And here's my secret. Look, if you want to know anything about me, just put in ChatGPT. Because there are times I'm just be like, I need someone to talk to, and there's no one around here. The cat just looks at me like I'm a cat. Like, seriously, lady, I can't do anything more for you. So sometimes if I wanted to get an idea, or like, am I going in the right direction? Or what can I do to change my direction? Ask ChatGPT. You'll be shocked and surprised what will come out. And I fell into he, will be as real can be. He's telling me that I undercharge. I need to raise my rates. And that's what I'm going to do with newer clients. So, yeah. Yeah, exactly. And a career that you love. We spend so much time at jobs that we don't like, dealing with people we don't like, because they are not compassionate. You can tell that they don't love what they're doing. So if they don't love what they're doing, how am I going to be motivated to love what I'm supposedly doing? And a lot of people just get jobs just to pay bills. And what bills are we paying? Like, what are we doing? We gotta start really just take a moment. Like, actually, let me get off this live so we can take a moment and just reflect on our lives, not what our kids and our grandkids and our significant others want us to do. Like, who is blank? What are some of the things that I'm proud of? And what are some of the things that I've always wanted to do? And think about how you can do it. Because don't wait. Because some of you guys are younger than me. I'm 52. Next month, I'm going to be 53. Bet. There's people that are 60s and 70s. And they still haven't even touched what they want to do. If you think about it, everybody's waiting to retire. Okay, by the time we retire, we're too old. We're too old, right? Our retirement is going to be Florida. Jess, we're coming. Because it's like too exhausting to try to even think about maybe Costa Rica or some places in Mexico, or, we don't know where else we want to go. We know we want it to be sunny. We know we want to feel the warmth of the sun, and, but sometimes we just can't. We need to start wanting to do things young. Stop telling your kids no. If they have a dream, all right, how are you going to supply this dream? All right, let's come up with a plan. That's better than saying, no, you'll never make it. Stop. Just stop. Just stop. Now, if he says he want to go fly to the moon, I'll be like, all right, let's come up with a plan. And then eventually he or she are going to be like, you know what? The moon is probably not what I want to do. There we go. All right. And that's it. Yeah, start doing what you want to do now. Right? Yep, you still can fly to the moon. I know. Everyone else is doing it. So it's like not kill their vibes. Hey, Nanette. I miss talking to you. I know. I've just been rambling on. Well, not really, but And it just seems like we just get so caught up with traditions that was thrown upon us, and it doesn't really make sense anymore. I mean, I just don't get it. Some of the holidays that we have, I'm like, why are we selling Columbus Day? like why are we celebrating? Let's back up. Why are we selling Thanksgiving? If we really stop and take a look at what we're doing with Thanksgiving, we shouldn't be celebrating it. If we just want once a month, get together with family and friends, let's just call it a friend's holiday, or friend get together or family get together, and we just make it, and everyone has off on that day, and they just all just do whatever they do, and it's not stressful. It's not one person cooking turkeys and stuffings and mashed potatoes. No, calm your butt down. Make it into a friend type, even if we all go to a restaurant. Maybe some of the restaurant personnel will be open. But something. But some of these holidays can kick rocks, man. Can really kick rocks. Yeah, Friendship Day, something. Yeah, hosting is ridiculous. It's too much. And I mean, like, I hate it when I was younger. And maybe because the introvert in me really jumps out when I was younger. And my parents just did not understand me. No one understood me. A lot of people still think I'm an introvert. To a degree, I am. But not really. Now I speak my mind. I'm like, no, I'm not going. Like, oh, are you going to come over for Thanksgiving? No. But we're going to have this. Congratulations. Like, I'm not coming. I'm not driving 2 hours in traffic and then have to drive 4 hours coming back in traffic. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, here's construction. And then there's a couple accidents because people don't know how to drive, just so you can feel safe in your own home. And I got to kill myself. And then I got to go to work in the morning? No. No. I'm perfectly fine. Yes. See? I only show what I want to show. It's always open. Yeah, that's true. This is my regular time on Fridays. No, Mia, it isn't. I'm so sorry. It was supposed to be at 1, but I had a client and I was like, okay, I'll just come on at 7. And I didn't know now it's over 2 hours. And now I'm just rambling. In a way, I wish I can just kind of like pause the recording of the live and just talk. And that's about it. But, you know. Aw, same here. Thank you for coming in. Cyber Mike's here too. This is great. So yeah, it just seems like it's the Audrey show. I know, right? I know. This is like my little 19 coming in. Yeah, we did some math. So I did what I needed to do. But there are times I'm just like, sometimes I just wish people talk more about life, but the real stuff. Not like, oh, okay, let me put on my mask. Let me put on some makeup. Let me, hide it with this. Okay, let me show you the politics. Just like, I think we're all feeling it. And that other day, feeling really woozy, seeing numbers swirling around, it was a really long day. That sometimes it just speaks like you just got to slow down and figure out who you are and then just work towards that. And just go after one thing. And I have to tell myself that. One thing. Don't just add to it. Oh, I want to get more people to do this. No. Let me just be me. If people want to follow me, you guys can follow me. If you want to listen to me, you guys can listen to me. But for the most part, I just want to be real. I don't want to put a mask on. I have my insecurities just like everyone else. I have my moments of breakdowns just like everyone else. I have my moments of, I feel like I'm manic depressant sometimes. Maybe I am. But for the most part, I try to love and appreciate the small things. Because as soon as I take a breath just to relax, then all of a sudden life just comes towards me. I don't know about you, but that's what happens to me. Oh, you want clients? Okay, here you go. Oh, you want clients that pay you your top dollars? Okay, here you go. Oh, you want people to buy your books? Okay, talk about the books a little bit. I can't wait for the new book to come out. I'm really curious. I'm really, really curious about my left-handed book. That's what's also supposed to come in the mail sometime soon. Tomorrow will be a week. So it should be in my possession. So I'm excited. I'm excited to do things for other people other than me. It's not me trying to stroke my ego. It's me trying to provide something that can be useful, that someone can probably take and tweak it for their own. Because I know I'm not the only person that does math notebooks, but the way that mine is designed, so far, yes. Is there going to be someone from a small island off of China that's going to probably copy it? I'm like, if so, get ready to get sued, because I will sue you. And if I die, I will haunt you to the day that you pass on. Okay. So, yeah. Yeah, it is. It is okay to break. Ooh, yes. Jess, preach on that. Even towards COVID. But COVID really opened my eyes to a lot of things. It opened a lot of things to my marriage. It opened up a lot of things to how we're educating our kids. It opened up opportunities that I didn't know existed. I noticed a lot of parents were very lenient towards online anything because they're like, oh, this is saving me time from teaching my own kid. Awesome. Go. Khan Academy, Wazoo, everyone do that. So it really did change a lot. But again, it was a change that a lot of people were not expecting. And now people are trying to control it. And I'm like, you can't control it. It's already out there. It's already blossoming. So instead of trying to fight against it, just say, all right, this is what's happening. Let's ride it. But now everybody wants to do it because it's all about money. Oh, okay, who's going to sell TikTok? Who's going to do this for Facebook? Who's going to do this for Instagram? Oh, who's doing this for Snapchat? It's all about money. It's all about money. Yeah. All right, 138.2. Are you guys done tapping? And then for those that are not following Lynette, I'm not sure if you see, make sure you follow Lynette because she has, like when I say a hard worker, I like to only hang out with hardworking people. Let me tell you, Lynette is like amazeballs. She is basically trying to modernize the use of the abacus. Now, I know a lot of people are like, the abacus. I'm like, look, you need to go see some of her lives. And she does midnight math. Definitely midnight math. But she breaks these concepts down. And the books that she has, which is on TikTok Shop, you should definitely purchase 1 or 2, if not 5. Because she has, 21 on there by now? like, my goodness. But the way the books are designed, it's not like the traditional abacus books, right? I'm telling you, if you look at it, it'll be perfect for like younger kids. It'll be perfect. She has one for adults to teach their own kids how to deal with math, adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, not just one digit, but 2, 3, multiple digits. So, I mean, it's like every time we talk, it's like she's doing another book, which is another expansion. And this is just amazing. And I really, really want this to take off because we have a lot of adults that don't know how to add or multiply. And I had an eye-opening experience this summer on a lot of adults that struggles with multiplying. If you're not putting in a calculator, you have no clue how to get things done. So I would definitely, it's a fun and innovative way to learn it. So definitely, if you're not following her, go ahead and follow her, please. And then Robert's another one. If you want anything for higher advanced math. And if you're trying to go into nursing, a Blessed RN is a great one. And another person that does T's, I think someone else said they were doing T's, is Impact Math 19. So if you type in Impact Math with Miss Taylor, she's amazing. And she does a lot of the T's tests and breaks those concepts down. And I think recently I saw her doing some work with the IBEW. So I think Jess, that's another thing that'll be for you. Not a problem. Lynette, you're deserving of the support. Trust me. Because if you were a slacker, I sure as hell would not be mentioning you. And you're not at all. Like, you work hard for every little thing that you do, and things are growing for you. I wish it would grow a little faster, but it will. And if that means if I take my platform to share, that's what I'll do. Not my flow. Yeah. Yeah, she doesn't explain as in detail like I would, but, you know, I know one day, well, I shouldn't say one day I'll have over 1,000 people in my lives, because that actually happened a couple of times and I was like, yeah, this is weird. And then you had to deal with all the trolls and all that. So it's like I want to be known, but in a manageable amount. You know what I'm saying? Like 400 or 500, that sounds manageable. Once it's in the thousands, it just gets ridiculous. And then you have so many people asking questions, and you're like, okay, hold on. This is what I need for everyone to do, right? Your internet's acting crazy? No, it's just me needing to get off this thing. All right. Okay, so seriously, I am going to end. That is my question. That is your question? What is your question? Did I miss it? Oh, my internet is acting crazy. All right, Michael. Enough with the stickers. Oh my goodness. I know, Lynette, I have stickers on here and I didn't know. Michael found them and he was just been acting. If you look through the whole thing, Michael's been having fun with the stickers. It's hilarious. See, things like that. Things like that. I have no idea. Hell, there was times Michael's gave me suggestions of things to do. And I'm like, all right, cool, I'll try that. All right, I'll do that. All right, that's not really my cup of tea. So I'll just take it all in. Yep. All right, so Lynette, what time are you going on? Maybe in 30 minutes. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so if you guys are still around, maybe in the next 30 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, go and visit Lynette. Check to see what it's all about, how she breaks things down. I mean, trust me, if I can learn it, anyone can learn it. So it's definitely a fun time. All right. Have a great night, everyone. I will see you. Thank you so much. Seriously, that's a lot. I know you got carpal tunnel by now. I do not have insurance, so I cannot help you. But I will be on tomorrow night. I have no idea what I'm going to be tutoring. It might be factoring or it might be conversions, but I think it might be conversions. Conversions and... yeah, especially like from miles to hours and all that fun stuff. So it might be some points of conversions, things that I've seen on either practice tests or examples that some of my students have shown me and we've actually broke down. So I think I might be doing that for Saturday. Sunday, I have no clue. I used to have it all planned out, but I feel like I'm talking about the same stuff over and over again. But here we are. All right. Yes. You see 82K likes. Yeah, I'm seeing 138.2. So unless they're deleting some. But maybe you personally gave me 82,000 likes. That could be it. All right. I don't know. But good night, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for more fun and shenanigans. All right. Take care.